Hey guys, so yesterday we got information on part 2 to the 5th year anniversary on JP Dokkan. So this video is pretty much going to be taking a look at that, and then also, potentially looking at what we could, possibly get for part 3. As we can see, it says part 2 here, and then on Twitter, I believe it was maybe like 4 days ago at this point, 5 days ago maybe, there was an article that came out, and the splash page, it was a reputable source by the way, because they have leaked stuff in the past. Well, not leaked really, but just announced stuff in the past, that the splash page did have, Daisandan here, which is part 3 to the 5th year anniversary. So there is confirmed a part 3, which I think is the first time that's ever happened in terms of JP Dokkan getting, multiple parts of the anniversary. They've had 2 before, but not 3. So quickly, let's go take a look at what we have here. I mean, it's not too much, to be honest. We have new missions. We have this Dragon Ball campaign, which is basically you just, fulfill all the requirements and then you get rewards. You get this one that says you get a wallpaper for this, which is the Broly and Gogeta one, which actually looks pretty cool. New stages added to the Zero Mortals Plan story event, so you can awaken Zamasu to an LR. We got the 3 Saiyans of Fate, driven by Fate or whatever. New stages added to that, and then in addition to that, there is a Extreme Z area that lets you Easy A the Kid Broly and then the Kid Vegeta and Raditz card. So they're actually pretty good, so I'd recommend doing that. I know Extreme Z area is not everyone's favorite thing, but it's whatever. We'll come back to this. Then we have Stone Sales. This is like an Ichiban Kuji is like a figure line, and they have done collabs with Dokkan in the past, so I'm not sure what this is going to look like just yet. We should find out in about a week because it starts on the 17th, but the way that you get these tickets is through purchasing the 100 Stone Pack, and you can buy it up to twice. And you need two tickets to perform a summon on here, and you get 1 ticket per pack. So you need to purchase the 100 Stone Pack twice to be able to summon, basically. So, not sure if it's going to be worth it or not. I mean, if you're buying stones anyway, I guess it just comes as a freebie, if you want to think of it like that. But that's that, and that's pretty much it. And then we go back up to the top here, and then the big thing here sort of is the, the top legendary summon, which historically has featured 2 LRs on it. This type of legendary summon banner debuted during the 4th anniversary, where the LR trio, the LR GT trio, was featured along with LR Baby. So we also had one during the $300 million celebration, which was the LR Androids, and then LR Int Gohan, the old one. So people are speculating what this could be. We did get a movie yesterday for the first time upon login to the game. That played, and the big thing that people are talking about, shout out to Kawhi by the way for putting this on Twitter, this unit right here, because we already have this one in the game. We know what this is. This is the Zamasu Goku unit that awakens to an LR from the story event. Now, this one is Broly, Chilai, and Lemo seemingly as an LR, because you could tell it's an LR because of the art and the fact that it's side by side with the Goku Black. So I do expect that LR to be one of the featured units on here. So I do think they will be a summonable unit. I've seen people sort of confused about what the categories could be for them. I think this is an opportunity for them to actually expand on the Joint Forces category and give them a real leader, because up until this point we've had Kale and Caulifla be the primary leader of that team. Like, what do they give, like 130 and then 4 key? Which is good, but it's not, it's not 150, it's not 170. So I think potentially this guy could end up giving a 170 leader skill to the Joint Forces category, which would be really, really good. And then people are like, oh, I don't know what other categories they could give. I mean, they could do movie bosses. I don't know if they would do that, but I think one that people are overlooking is the Worthy Rivals category. Because remember, this is the portion of the movie, like at the very end, where Broly is like, he meets Goku and they talk or whatever, and they sort of become friends-ish. So they're, they're on better terms at least. After they had fought during the movie, and so that basically fulfills the requirements of being on the Worthy Rivals category, in my opinion. They were once enemies, and now they're not so much enemies anymore. So I think they could potentially be A, either Joint Forces leader, or B, a Worthy Rivals 170, LR leader. They could be both, which I don't think is very likely, or they could, just be one or the other. So that is probably what I'm thinking for this Broly unit. I do think they will be on the banner, and that should fulfill the Dragon Ball Super Broly portion of this, because I do believe one of the featured units on here are going to be, Broly, Chilai, and Lemo. That's the Broly portion, and then the other portion, as we see here, everything is split up into the Future Trunks saga from Dragon Ball Super, or, you know, Dragon Ball Super Broly movie Gogeta. These two marks represent those two, you know, those two categories of units. So the other unit on here, there are really two options I could really see. The first one is going to be a Merge Zamasu LR. I think this one is less likely than the other one that I'll talk about, but that would be very, very hype. And I don't think a lot of people are actually super hyped about this unit right here. I mean, obviously we don't know anything about it as of now. I'm recording this video on the 10th of February, and this banner is not scheduled to be released until the 17th. So pretty much a week after is when we'll figure out what this is. Maybe like a few days before they'll post it on Twitter or whatever they'll do. But the other option, besides Merge Zamasu, which would be, I think Merge Zamasu is what they should do, because it would entice people to summon this banner a lot more than what the other option would be. Because the other option, I think, could be just putting the Tech Goku Black and Zamasu on here, which I actually think is the more likely option than a Merge Zamasu. And we saw them do this in the 300 million download celebration during Part 2, where they put the Intel R Gohan on it, and they renewed his super attack animations for his 18-key super attack. So I think they could do something similar here. In my personal opinion, I think the LR Goku Black and Zamasu, as a summonable LR, they have probably the weakest 18-key animation out of all summonable LRs. So I would like to see that get revamped, but I think a lot of people would not necessarily like them being on this banner because, A, like I was talking about earlier, people aren't necessarily hyped for this unit, and then adding, you know, a very, very old summonable LR as the other featured unit on this banner could, you know, deter a lot of people from actually summoning on this. So that's what I'm thinking. Something else to note is this banner does run until March 3rd, along with the actual Dual Dokkan Fest over here. So both banners will be up until March 3rd. And that sort of plays into the point that I'm going to be talking about as we move into Part 3. This is Part 2 of the 4th year anniversary, so I was thinking we were just going to go through this and then look at what they had here and what we could be getting in Part 3 to the 5th year. I don't know if we're going to be getting a banner during Part 3 because we're going to have this running to the end of the anniversary. The end of the anniversary, by the way, is the 3rd of March. So we're going to have this running till the end, and then we're also going to be having the Dual Dokkan Fest running until the end. So both of these, like, very, very top, like I mean, this banner is obviously more hype, the Dual Dokkan Fest, but I mean, you also got this. So both of them are running to the 3rd. I don't think they would go ahead and throw a 3rd banner in there during Part 3. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm thinking right now. So as we go look at Part 2 to the 4th year anniversary, let's just go ahead and take a look what they do. This is just, you know, login bonus missions, just, you know, basic stuff. This is the Dragon Ball Hunt thing, which is pretty similar to what we're getting here, right here, this Dragon Ball Hunt. I would like to see the actual Dragon Balls come back, or the Purunga Dragon Balls, or Super Dragon Balls, however they want to do it, and then people get wishes from them, because that's something that is missing from this anniversary. We haven't had the Dragon Balls at all, so hopefully that does make an appearance in Part 3. And then we had this Wish Upon an Eternal Dragon special event. It was just like a bunch of different stages. I think it went through like the story, like all the villains of the Dragon Ball Saga, basically. Not Dragon Ball Saga, like the Dragon Ball story. And then once you completed this, it unlocked this, Defeat Sin Shenron. This was sort of like a raid event that acted as like an Extreme Z battle. I think it was, what, like 100 stages long. You just got a bunch of rewards for beating Shenron, and then there's other missions associated with that too. I think that is something they could do in the Part 3 to the 5th year anniversary as well. Something that is missing from the 5th year too, besides just Dragon Balls, is EZAs. Like, we literally have not gotten any single EZA, except for the Extreme Z area here, so. I mean, this Vegeta, I haven't pulled up for a reason. I would be very, very, very surprised if this Vegeta remained unawoken at the end of this anniversary. I definitely expect him to get one in Part 3. And then we could also see potentially some other units as well get some EZAs besides just this Vegeta. I mean, we got like the Int Trunks could potentially get one as well. I saw some people potentially mention from the Broly movie, even the Super Saiyan God Vegeta, like maybe he could get one too, because he's technically the only Super Saiyan God Vegeta in the game, unless if you're not counting the transformation of the Transformer Vegeta, but that is possible as well. Let's keep going. This is just a story event. I mean, we could get another story event. I don't think so. We got 2 already. New stages to the punching machine. Yeah, this is all kind of like whatever. We've gotten this top legendary summon already. I think this could be coming as well. Because the way they used to do it is they used to do every single type banner returns, but it's only one summon, one multi-summon per banner, and they would just give you a ton of orbs per banner. So they could do that, or they could release the awakenings for either the tech banner or the physical banner, because those are the only two typings that have not gotten their awakenings yet on JP. So I think they could, instead of doing one summon per banner, they could bring the tech banner out, for instance, and then they could have like the Tian awaken and the Cell awaken, and it'll just be up, just like a normal banner. So I think that's also a possibility. If they're not going to do like a big hype like legendary summon banner, they could do like the tech awakenings are I think fairly hype because everyone's excited for Tian. And then in terms of part 2 to the 4th anniversary, that's pretty much it. So there wasn't really too much going on besides the top legendary summon, which introduced two new LRs here. But I don't know. I think part 3 of the 5th year is pretty much going to remain free-to-play friendly. I don't think there's going to be any new banners, except for possibly a type banner. Again, we could see this Vegeta's EZA, a Dragon Ball campaign, a raid battle, which could potentially give an EZA to somebody else as well. Maybe the Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Like, because I was thinking we would see a raid in part 3. So basically, similar to how the Sin Shenron is. I think in part 3 we could see a raid versus full power Broly. And then you could awaken like God Vegeta that way. Maybe you could even awaken the Tech God Goku from there, but I don't think he really needs an awakening. But that is a possibility. I think a raid against Broly is something that's I could definitely see that happening. And then other than that, I mean, just more EZAs. Maybe they could do, I don't even know. There really isn't that much to go off of. Maybe, let's take a look through this. Maybe like some more story events. I don't think we need more story events at this point, though. Let me know down below what you guys think are going to come, because I don't know. I mean, we did get 2 extreme, basically free-to-play EZAs, and we're getting this, which is whatever. I don't think people really care about that. But I think the thing people are going to be most worried about is if this banner comes out and it ends up being this card and the old Tech Goku Black and Zamasu, because I don't think people are going to be hyped for that at all. But unfortunately, that's what I think is going to happen. I think it is going to be that Broly, and I think it is going to be that Tech Goku Black and Zamasu, the old one, with the revamped animations. Personally, that's probably what they're going to do. I mean, they could really make that look really cool, by the way, the animation. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but an anniversary, I don't really think is a time to do that. I think they just need new like hype units. Like, imagine a LR Merge Zamasu on here, and then they could throw in this guy, because this guy, again, could be Join Forces 170 leader, which would be crazy, by the way. That category would be insane. But that's pretty much what I'm thinking for the rest of this anniversary. I mean, it ends on the 3rd, we know that for sure. So let me know down below what you think, and then let me know what you think about this Vegeta potentially getting easy. I think I'm like 90% sure this is going to happen before the end of the anniversary. Either this Vegeta or the Int Trunks is going to get an EZA. With the potential for other units to get some as well from the Broly's portion. But like, I'm looking at this, and I already see that these guys have gotten, because these guys are both from the Broly movie, right? And we haven't gotten any EZAs for the Future Trunks saga yet, so I don't know. That's what I'm thinking right now. So let me know down below what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next one.